Hi Moglets. Today we're going over the version 3.4 special program, seeing what they have in store for us soon. So yeah, Lantern Rite again already? Man, time sure does fly. Oh yeah, Yaoyao will be at least one of the new characters, but as far as I know, she is a 4-star. She is a Dendro user though, so I'm curious to see if she could be like a middle ground between Dendro Traveler and Nahida, for example, as far as Dendro application is concerned. Ah yes, of course, and then Alhaitham. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, that makes sense. I heard from a Genshin friend he was supposed to be some kind of omni-element type dude, but he's just Dendro. But yeah, that's why I don't really pay attention to leaks anymore, because they're just often wrong. Anyway, starting with Yaoyao here, she is a polearm user. It's kind of funny, the hosts basically implied that her basic attack isn't very useful. She does appear to be partially a healer, which is great. There have been times, especially in the recent Abyss, where I really wanted a Dendro character and a healer, and she seems to be that, so cool, she can fit in that niche. Her elemental skill is pretty funny. She will throw out her companion, which then throws out white jade radishes. And when it explodes, it will heal characters within a certain AoE. And it seems like depending on if she's in her burst mode, the actual healing capabilities will change based on the burst level rather than the skill level. Burst mode seems very interesting as well. She'll gain a huge movement speed boost, as well as Dendro Res. And also one thing I noticed with my Bloom team is that, you know, as the Blooms get stronger, they actually can cumulatively really hurt you. It also seems like she can have up to 3 of these companions, all throwing out radishes, healing characters, and I assume dealing some amount of Dendro damage, probably just enough to, you know, do reactions. So she does actually seem pretty perfect for that little niche I was talking about. Dendro, healer, seems like she has really good application, and with Dendro Res increase, as well as being a healer, she should be able to easily survive all of the self-Dendro explosions. So yeah, actually, honestly sounds really good currently. She also has the same passive as Sayu, where she won't scare away crystal flies. This is a hill I will die on, but this passive is completely useless. Even on mobile, I have no problem catching the first crystal fly in a group of crystal flies. But since their passive doesn't prevent all the other crystal flies from flying away as soon as you capture one, what's the point? But yeah, overall, I can definitely imagine her being in like a Super Bloom team with Nilou, Nahida, and probably some other Hydro. So 2 Hydro, 2 Dendro team. I think she could fit in very nicely there, especially if you don't have Kokomi. And then of course we have Alt here. I'm just gonna call him Alt because yeah, if I were to guess a little prematurely, I'd say he's the first real main DPS Dendro unit. I know Nahida can be a main DPS, but I feel like she can be or cannot be also. So we'll see what's going on with Alt here. So as expected, he is a sword user, and it does seem like he has mechanics that will infuse his normal charge plunging attacks with Dendro, which is basically a surefire sign of a main DPS. He needs these things called Chisel Light Mirrors, which he gets by doing his elemental skill. And as he is doing normal charge and plunging attacks while he has these Chisel Light Mirrors, they will also unleash their own attack that deals Dendro damage based on the number of these mirrors he has accumulated. So basically you get these mirrors from his elemental skill as well as one of his passives. I was kind of hoping these coordinated attacks could be activated by other characters, so he could be like our first real off-field Dendro, but as far as I could gather from his little showcase, only he can trigger these coordinated attacks. His burst then is also seemingly just damage, and the damage and the number of hits his burst actually does is dependent on how many of these Chiselite mirrors he has accumulated. They weren't very specific on the other ways you can get these Chiselite mirrors, just elemental skill and a talent, so a passive. So yeah, definitely looks like an interesting character. Our first like sort of real main DPS Dendro. I'm sure it could also be used really well in a purely Bloom focused team, but obviously if you want to get the most damage out of him in particular, you're going to want an Electro for spread. So yeah, those are the 2 new heroes, and I gotta say I'm actually a little more interested in Yaoyao. Alt seems really cool as well, and I imagine he is capable of some big numbers, but Yaoyao seems to fit that perfect little niche I was looking for earlier. But yeah, of course I'm looking forward to trying them both out. I just have to mention it because I'm a little surprised. It's usually the 5-star I'm more hyped about, but in this case, I don't know. As far as banners are concerned, we'll have Yaoyao and Alt in phase 1. Xiao will also be there, probably for emotional support more than anything. Sorry, Xiao. I imagine Xiao's not going to get very much love on this banner, but I mean, hey, I could be wrong. Oh no! And in the second phase, we have Hu Tao and Yelan, 2 of my favorite characters. They were both definitely primed for a rerun already. I think especially Hu Tao, it's been a while. I'm not going to say right now if I'm going to go for either of them. I am more using Yoimiya over Hu Tao these days. And my Yelan's already C1, so I'm not sure if I really want more constellations for her anyway, but we will see. Got a new 5-star weapon as well, naturally, for Alt. They didn't show off the weapon stats this time, but it's obviously, you know, for Alt, so it's gonna have crit rate or crit damage, boost boosting damage, you know, etc, etc. Probably nothing too game changing. In terms of other content coming this patch, we have a new area for the desert. Seems to be a new environmental mechanic as well with this big tornado sandstorm thing. Your visibility will be impaired, but it should also bring some new gameplay mechanics. All right, we also have a new enemy here, the Weenut. Definitely seems to be a new boss, but they haven't specifically said that. A bunch of other new enemies as well, so that's cool. Some dragon looking thing, a new Aramite. Moving on to the events and such of 3.4, as mentioned earlier, we will of course have the Lantern Rite coming back. They haven't given too many details yet, but it seems like it'll be more music focused. One of the events within Lantern Rite is a very unique looking puzzle platformer type thing where you're not moving the character, but rather the stage they are walking on. It's very interesting and different. The next event is kind of the opposite and more what we are used to. It's a parkour coin collecting sort of race event, but it is pretty interesting because you can turn into a firework, dash forward and break through obstacles. Actually looks pretty fun. We'll also have a boat event. I'm not a big fan of the boat events, if I'm honest. They're all right. I just, meh. I don't like controlling the boat too much. We'll also have a combat focus event, so yeah, this sort of series of events is pretty typical. More casual type puzzle one, parkour, don't know why boat fits in there somewhere, stupid boat, and then combat focused. Oh cool, and a free Leo F4 star. Yaoyao? Oh, but yeah, that's cool, free Yaoyao there. I mean, in my case, because everyone else here is C6. As far as other events are concerned, we have a beetle battle orchestrated by none other than Ito, of course. That actually looks pretty cool. Oh, I actually kind of like that. Seems very simple, but kind of cute. We also have a martial arts competition called Warrior Spirit. We've had one similar to this already, the parry stuff. I actually really enjoyed this event. I liked it a lot, so cool. Oh, a new outfit for Ayaka. That's such a good outfit though, damn. I don't think I use Ayaka enough to justify buying an outfit for her, but like, if it had any special effects like Deluxe did, I probably would, but based on what I've seen so far, it doesn't. It's just an outfit. We also have an event called Second Blooming where you need to form 3 different teams. Oh, but it does seem like one character can be linked to 2 teams so that you don't actually need that many characters. Another new outfit, this time for Lisa, and it's also free, so that's nice. Man, she looks so different. That's crazy. Was her hair always that color? Was it not purple? She just had so much purple on. I just kind of figured her hair was also purple, or my brain tricked me. We'll also have a special mechanic for Genius Invocation, so kind of an event, but more of just a gameplay modifier. The dice roll phase will be skipped and everyone will just get 8 Omni dice, which are basically wild cards. So that's pretty cool. We'll definitely speed up the pace a little bit. So yeah, that was version 3.4. Lantern Rite is always a pretty nice time, honestly, so I'm actually looking forward to that. And some of the other events looked pretty cool as well. Mechanically wise, I'm probably looking forward to Yaoyao more, but I'm also hyped for alt. I just like main DPSs. But yeah, make sure to tell me what you think in the comments down below about the video or about version 3.4 in general. Dropping a like or subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.